to the computer.
Oh, yay, got it.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to our first 101 class. This is going to be on loom knitting, and our teachers are Robert, Victorian one over there, and the Sammy, who also loom knits, is in Australia, and we woke her up at 8 o'clock in the morning to come join us. It's 8 o'clock tomorrow there, so.
Yeah. First off, I would like to thank Crystal for hosting this event, and hopefully people will understand what I'm saying. So if it's too hard for you guys, let me know, and I will try to do my best to teach everyone. So I'm ready to start.
Okay, let's go.
So what I'm doing now is just taking some yarn, but at the very beginning, what I do is some people would do the loop for the brim, or this part here. They do a loop, but I don't do a loop.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
what I do normally is I'll take the yarn, and I'll just like where my two fingers are, I just put it down just enough so that you have enough yarn to get started, and it will be able to wrap around the loop. And then what I do is I just start by wrapping each loop, each yarn. Can't tell, but what I'm doing is I'm looping it around each peg. So right now I'm doing it this way, and I'm starting to wrap around the pegs, all the green pegs. And then after I wrap every peg, I'll do the next step.
Barbara, all you do is he put a link here, or instead of wrapping it around that little thing that sticks out,
Right.
that's your beginning. He had a little loop that
Okay.
you're going to string in, and then all you do is wrap it around like this. Wrap it around all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter which way you wrap from the
No,
No,
it does not matter.
as long as you go in the same direction the
On
entire time.
every one? Okay. Am I mistaken, or is he using 2 threads because he wants it to be heavier?
I use 2 strands to make it a little bit more heavier than one strand.
Okay, well, I'm still going to just start with 1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
welcome.
use 1 strand because it's not that cold here. Not like up in Canada where it's like 25 below.
Yeah,
Because he's been making his for the homeless.
right.
Yes.
And see, that'll probably be part of mine, hospitals and homeless and babies and anybody I think that needs one.
I got this one for babies, for itty bitty little babies.
Right.
Okay. I'm at the beginning where the green peg is.
Mhm. Wait for me, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're trying to pop off the pegs.
Yeah, that's why you got to hold on to it. See how I'm holding when I go to wrap? I'm
Yeah.
holding right here,
Okay.
and then I'll wrap a few and then move my finger
And
over.
then you can move. Okay. Oh, I do 1 and then 3 pop off.
Push them down. What hoop are you using?
The green one, the little
Okay.
baby one.
When you wrap a few, you could look, you could push them down too.
Oh, okay.
That'll help them from popping off so much.
Okay, so now I'm back to the start.
Okay. The next thing you want to do is take the yarn where my finger is right here and start wrapping it around again on the top of the loom.
First row.
First row.
Okay. Same direction.
Same direction, yes.
So you have a low row and a high row.
Yes.
Got it.
You're casting on.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm not chaining all of these pegs. I'm just wrapping them.
Yes.
They'll chain in a few minutes, I think it's called.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, see, I'm much more used to crocheting than I am to knitting. I almost panicked when I saw that it said knit, but it only had a single hook.
Yes.
I crochet a little. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I can't say mine's very good, but I've made a couple so-called baby blankets that will, work for them.
Yes, right.
So they're seniors in high school, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, this I picked it up right away.
Good. Okay. I am back at the start.
Okay. Now what you want to do now is take the yarn where my finger is right here
Uh-huh.
and put it around the peg where this part is
Uh-huh.
and wrap it around
Okay,
to hold it.
right.
And then after you do that, you take your hook, your brand new hook that you have,
Uh-huh. Okay,
what you want to do, the first peg that you have, you want to take the strand that you have on the bottom
uh-huh.
and flip it over the first peg
From the back or from the front?
from the front.
Okay, and going back.
Yes.
See where the grooves are? At the right here, there's grooves.
Yes,
That's where you stick your needle.
okay.
Yeah.
Sammy, jump in if you have any, because
Yep.
you've been loom knitting forever. If you have anything you can contribute. I'm trying.
Sorry, Crystal. With the E-wrap, because that's what he's teaching you. If at the last one, if you're having it underneath is loose, you could always do your last peg. You can always flip it over to hold your stitches.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because with mine, I've E-wrapped mine because I'm doing a blanket. I've E-wrapped all mine, and on my very last peg, I flipped it over to hold them all in while I go around and do the rest.
Now I can tell I made my first row very loose
Yes.
because it's going over the top very easily.
Yes.
And I
Indeed.
think I made my second row a lot tighter by accident.
Right.
Is that normal?
That is normal. Yes.
Now, am I going to push this whole thing back down and do another row around?
Mhm.
Yes.
So I can kind of be pushing it down as I go,
Yep.
Yeah,
so it doesn't pop off.
right.
I'm scared it's gonna pop off.
It won't pop off. Promise me, it won't pop off.
Okay, good, thank you.
As long as you have every peg wrapped,
Mhm.
it will not come off unless the yarn comes loose. Then you will have to rewrap it.
Right,
Because sometimes what happened with me is sometimes when I get to the end, sometimes my hand will slip and I lose track of the yarn where I'm at.
yeah,
So then that way I know exactly where I am.
right.
Oh, I made mine too tight. Oops, I just ripped the thread.
This little hook's kind of neat. It does, it goes right up that groove.
Mhm.
Yes.
They engineered this pretty nicely. My nails are too long as part of my problem.
Mm.
That's okay. I get them done either this week or Monday or Tuesday of next week. Okay. Now
Now the next step is do it again. Like
wrap it again.
wrap it again.
Okay, and I pushed all of these down.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wrapping the high part again.
The high part again.
And I do that with the long string. Okay. Around and go the same direction.
The same direction, yes.
Yeah, at the beginning, what direction you choose when you first start is the direction that you go to the end.
Forevermore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't make it too tight like I did because I broke it somewhere right here. See, it snapped in.
Yeah. So don't make it too tight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I had to take it out. So I will take this piece.
So
Tying it.
is this like in their cross stitch when they take it out, they call it
Frogging.
froggy?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm frogging.
Okay.
If that ever happens, you can literally just tie it together as close to each other, the
Oh.
ends to the ends as close together, and knit that loom that in, and then
Right.
just hide the ends into your hat.
Right. Okay. So it would be like adding a new skein of yarn when you're doing regular knitting or crocheting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they tell you you're supposed to just weave it in, for a couple inches. I did
Yeah.
that on Granny Square once and it all fell apart. I was so upset. So I learned to tie knots.
Yeah. So did I.
And Sammy's saying that's okay, Samantha.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
So yeah, because if you're using leftover yarn,
Yes.
tie it together as close to the ends as possible. You can continue on, and then just weaving the ends into your hat when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I made it around. I wrapped this yarn on the green peg so it doesn't come undone.
Yeah.
And then I do my hook from front to back, bottom over the top.
Yes. Bottom over the top. Yes.
Okay, and we'll find out if I did it too tight. One. Oh, this is exciting. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Now the only thing that I would suggest
Mhm.
is when you're making the brim of the hat, you want to make sure to count how many rows you need for the brim,
Okay,
because sometimes with me I can calculate in my head how many stitches I need, how many rows I need,
uh-huh.
but I always like to write it out so that I know where I'm at in it.
Uh-huh. So I'm doing the
Yeah.
brim right now.
Yes, you're doing the brim right now. Yes.
Okay. how many rows will I do?
It depends on what the size is. Normally I do 25 for the brim and then 20 for the top.
Okay,
Sammy,
Like-
what's that?
Like Sammy showing.
That's what he's talking about. So this is
Oh,
my
so you would-
account.
tally mark.
So
Yeah.
this is my account for this.
Okay,
Interesting.
25 for the brim and 20 for the top.
Yeah.
And do tally marks.
Yes, I literally just do 4 and then it's cross to make it 5, and then because that blanket I just showed you is 100 E-wrap, 100 pearl. So I needed that book.
Yes.
Okay, so question,
Yes.
what yarn do you recommend for this?
I recommend Red Heart yarn, 4-weight. I don't use any other brand because homespun is a different kind of yarn,
Yeah.
and the homespun is quite difficult to use for a hat. So I'll just use Red Heart for the hat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it must be a 4-weight. So pretty much any brand that's a 4-weight.
Yes. Any brand.
Okay.
Yeah. Any brand.
And you can, depend on where you are, you can always Google what 4-weight is in your country, because
Great.
we don't have 4-weight in Australia.
Okay.
What do you have?
If you need to contact me, you can contact me on Zoom or on my Facebook.
Great. I got your Facebook address at last time so that I would be able to know.
Yes.
Okay, so this now
Yeah.
is actually row number, was that row 2?
Yes. It would be row 2.
So I only do 2 hash marks. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I go ahead and start a round again.
Yes.
It's amazing to see progress this fast.
Yes.
And what's,
Because go ahead, Barb.
I was going to say, and what's nice is I'm not having to mark the start because this peg does it for me automatically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So your 4-waisted yarn is
Uh-huh.
10 ply for me. So our smallest is 8 ply.
Ah,
We also have 4 ply, which is baby yarn.
yeah.
That's toilet paper over
Yeah.
here.
It's,
Our plies are toilet paper over here.
it's also here, but it's also this lightweight yarn.
Right.
Sure. It's what they use for baby blankets,
Uh-huh.
baby socks, mittens, hats for babies.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's probably extra soft too.
that's what I'm using is extra soft. It's called Ice Cream by, I can't remember.
Robert, do you suggest that I mark the row number when I start it or when I finish it?
When you start and when you finish a row, I would suggest you mark it so you don't lose the spot that you were at.
Okay, because I've just wrapped for the next row, and if I'm
Yeah.
gonna start using my hook, should
Yeah.
I go ahead and mark that I am doing this? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes.
I know that sounds silly, but
No, you gotta ask me questions, because if you don't ask ask me questions, then I don't really know the answer to it.
Right. And I'll think of it when I'm not on the line with you naturally.
Right, yes.
But we will also, hopefully we'll be loading this on my YouTube page.
Yes, which if you do that, then I'll be home free because, and it's under your name, won't it be, Crystal?
My Creations by Crystal.
Creations by Crystal. Okay. YouTube.
I'll send you a link to it later.
All right.
I still wrapped it too tight, but not as tight as the first time.
Speaking of Loom Knitting, Crystal, I'm still waiting on my second cotton yarn. When that comes in, do you want me to do my dishcloth and then I can teach you?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm still waiting on my second yarn for the cotton yarn
Uh-huh.
for the dishcloth.
Yes, I want to learn how to make those with the loom.
Okay. I'll make myself my mum one and then I'll teach you.
Your mom wants to teach me how to do that. That'll be cool.
No, she wants me to make her the dishcloth.
I'm crocheted a bunch, but none of them are the, uniform size and all that other stuff. I just broke it again.
Oh,
It's okay.
Now with these hooks, Barb,
mm-hmm.
they can break easy.
Oh,
So this makes sure that you're not doing it, that you're not forcing the hook into the yarn.
okay. Can you buy them separately? I got this at Walmart.
Yes, you can
No, I
buy
got it at Michael's.
Michael's. They should have some of hooks
Okay, in
For
case
the-
yeah,
in case you break one.
okay, thank
Only
you.
a couple dollars.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're really into it and you find that those are hurting your fingers, that one I got from Etsy.
Oh, that's very nice. Where did you
I
get
got
that?
it from Amazon.
Perfect. Okay.
So it's called a it's but it's economic.
Okay.
That's if you
Ergonomic.
that's if you're really getting into it and you find that, because with those ones I found that they were hurting my fingers.
Because they're
If
so
I-
little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I needed it for too long. So yeah.
I have that trouble sometimes with pencils and pens, so I can see where this one is skinny. Okay, so now I wrap again.
Yeah.
I think mine are still packed away. But I have one of those and I don't know where it went.
Barb, if
Yeah.
you need help with the brim part, let me know and I will help you with that.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, it with you guys on the line, I feel very secure, just, wrapping and then pulling and then wrapping again.
Yeah.
But it's also because I know you're all right there.
Yes.
And I need to do 25 rows of this.
Right.
Got it. Oh, I'm excited. I hope this is coming okay, Crystal, on your taping. Mark another row and go.
And the other thing you can do, Barb, also, if somehow, some way you get bored in Zoom, you can just grab your Loom and you can do it while you're talking to us as well.
That's true. Okay.
We
Well, when I know you're in Zoom, I probably will switch to this in case anything has come up,
Yes.
because
Okay.
I'll know that my resource is right there on the line for me.
Yes.
I can color anytime.
I do that on Zoom as well.
Oh, good. Okay. Samantha, what is your do you have like a YouTube? No. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Is it just under your name?
Chris is trying to get me to have a YouTube channel and it's not working.
Still trying. Got Amanda to do it, but she hasn't even made a video yet.
Oh, I think this is wonderful, believe me. Because I finished the last high schooler of the 11 nieces and nephews, and I ended up making some extra blankets for others. I think I made 15 of them that were like king size Afghans. And that's been at least 7 or 8 years ago. So I've been, trying to figure out what to do with the yarn in the meantime. I thought of making lap blankets.
You can make a
And-
blanket on these too.
Yes.
Even on the round ones?
Yep. That's what Sammy did with that. You
Okay,
just don't go all the way around.
okay.
You can, you just don't join it. So
Reverse back the other way.
you just go like that every time.
Okay.
This is my temp blanket, which is why it's so long.
Well, I remember I saw that Crafting Journey or somebody was doing a temperature blanket where depending on what your daily temperature was, you change colors of yarn.
Uh-huh. That's how you
That's
do
what-
it.
That's what this is.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Where in Australia are you?
Melbourne.
Ah, I got to spend 3 days there. It was gorgeous. I like that country a lot.
And you can use any size loom for blankets as well, because
Okay.
the small one that you and Crystal are
Uh-huh.
doing, this is the blanket.
Okay. It's just narrower.
So you just do more panels.
Yeah. Okay.
If you get into it like me, you'll have heaps of looms.
Right.
You want to show her the blanket, the S loom, not the S loom, the circle one,
That one?
the figure 8 one.
Oh, my. Oh, and
It's
it
the-
does have a start and a finish.
It's the infinity loom. So I'm making it. So I've only done it from there
Mhm.
to there.
Okay.
Because if you do it all the way around, it becomes like a bed blanket.
Okay.
This is my first one, so I don't know what size it's going to be.
Right.
I'm just testing it. But I bought another one yesterday.
Now, what's the difference between that and the S loom?
So this one and the one I just bought yesterday, the gap in between's different. So this one, see how the gap's wider?
Yes, lots
With
wider.
the one I bought yesterday, the gap's really small.
So it'll be a tighter weave and therefore heavier.
Pretty much, yes. The smaller the hoop, I think the tighter the.
Yes, okay. They are close.
I've only made one, so damn it, I broke it again. See, I'm doing it too tight.
Are you stressed over anything?
No, it's me.
Okay.
I've only made one hat and that was last summer. So, but I
It's
just,
having to reteach everything.
when I'm wrapping it, I'm just doing it too tight. And as you can tell, I keep breaking the string here. And Sammy says, put it back together. So that's what I'm gonna try to do right now.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love those variegated yarns.
Any other, do you have any more questions for me, Barb?
Not at this point. I'm getting ready to start my fifth. I'm wrapping my fifth row and pretty soon I'll be looping it.
Okay.
Any of you have one that's almost finished so you can show her how to cast off,
I'm not there yet on my
Big one, your pink one.
my pink one I'm doing. I have 10 more rows to do. But when I get to the, oh, I'm off. Once I get to the extra 10 rows on this one, I can show how to flip every stitch onto the off the pegs. Then that way you will know, because once you get to where you want to be at with the brim and the top of the hat, there's a part where after you finish the hat, you got to flip it inside
Mm-hmm.
and then pull
Oh, tight.
it tight, and then take the yarn that you wrap it around a couple times like a
Mhm.
loop,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that you have enough to just go around every peg, and then sew it in with the knitting needle, the knitting.
Right.
Yes, and just keep sewing it, and then once you get to the part of this part here where my
Mhm.
finger is,
Mm-hmm.
then what you do is when you cast off, put the needle through this part here,
Oh.
and then flip it upwards,
Uh-huh.
and then sew it together. Like you have to pull everything together, like this one here. See how the
It's pulled in.
it's
Yeah.
pulled in? That's the way it will work
To make the top
to make
be
the top.
closed.
Yeah.
Okay, question. When I
Yes.
finish my 25 rows of the brim,
Yeah.
do I change?
No. What you do next is you take the yarn, you take the 25 rows that you have done.
Right.
Then what you want to do is find the yarn that you already have on the bottom.
Okay, this one that's hanging down.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Then what you do is you take the edge of every loop and put it on the top of every loop. Like that. See how she's
Yeah.
putting it over each loop?
Uh-huh.
Then you use this one. Then you use the hook to start flipping it.
Okay.
And that will make the brim of the hat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you would get the bone, you would flip it, and then once you've done the whole lot, you would do the bottom over the top. So that makes, it'll be your stitch. So it makes a brim.
Right. Right.
And
Okay.
what he was, what Robert was talking about is with the tail, you would wrap
Okay.
around twice.
Twice.
Yeah,
Twice.
it depends. Yeah, you can do different pins, but I wrap twice
What
because
if I didn't leave enough to wrap twice?
No,
No,
you
this is
use
at the end.
you use the same yarn that you
Oh,
are
The
using,
regular one.
the regular
okay.
yarn,
And go
And-
around twice.
go around twice. And then what you do next is you take your needle, you take
That'll
your
be
sewing needle, which I
Uh-huh.
have in my hand.
Right.
Then you go to the first peg here
Uh-huh.
where my finger is.
Right.
Then you take the needle and go through um see how my
Oh, and then it sticks up. Yeah.
and then it sticks up.
Uh-huh.
And then what you could do is flip it off and then go each peg and then flip it off until the end. Once you get back to this one where my needle is,
Right.
then what you want to do is flip the hat,
Okay. Pull it through.
pull it through,
Okay.
and then flip the hat, flip the brim and the top of the hat together, and then tie it, pull it, and then tie it together.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other thing you can do also is when you're doing the top of the brim, you
Mhm.
can go through, you can take your yarn that you already have used
Mhm.
and you can cut how many, what length you want the yarn to be. Then what I do is I go through the first part of the brim, the top of the hat, and I go through the hat. And then once I've done that, then I have another, the same yarn, and you want to pull it through again.
Okay, how about, let's do this. How about we work on this the rest of the week?
Sure.
And when we're done, we'll,
Or 25.
well, yeah, when you're done with both your rim and your 25, let me know. I'll make another Zoom and we'll add these two clips together
Yes.
for the learning one, because
For
it's
the-
so hard to show you how to do it when
Ye-
we just started.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
That is
Wow, you're
good.
doing good. Wow, I'm
Well, you're a good
impressed.
instructor. So far, I'm feeling very comfortable with it. So,
Thank
okay, well,
you.
I'm going to do my 25 rows and
Yeah.
then I will probably see you next at Shalene's Zoom.
Yes,
And maybe then we could schedule another one next Wednesday.
We could do next Wednesday the same time if you want.
Is that okay with Samantha too? Oh,
Yes.
good.
yes,
Okay,
I agree.
all right. And then that's when we'll start the top part.
Right,
And, well, excuse me, fold the brim in half thing and then start the top part.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You,
So do your
Everybody.
25, flip your brim, do whatever, however tall you want to make the hat. And before you take it completely off, we'll do the video to show you how to finish it.
yes,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
You-
everybody. I really appreciate this.
You
I
are
know.
so welcome.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And Crystal, my God, Crystal, you are the person that everybody asked for.
Mhm.
You're amazing lady. I can't do this without you. And you've been part of my life for a long time.
Oh, thank